There are people in the world right now that you don't know that make millions of dollars, some that make even billions of dollars, and you don't even know that they exist. And the reason why is because just because you have a great business, the internet doesn't care. Sometimes the entrepreneur itself doesn't need to go online for their product to exist, meaning themselves doesn't have to be the personal brand figure, but their product is definitely being shown to the masses. That's the only way you can succeed as a business. People have to help you. You have to get people to purchase, of course. You have a great business, so what? No one cares in this online market. A lot of times there's business owners who are so successful in person that they forget that there's another world online that's untapped. I got an uncle who has made millions of dollars through construction. Just the other day, he just showed me a check for like 600 grand that came in for the month. And that business would do so much better online to the point where he probably wouldn't even be able to handle the work. So he would have to get more. But because he's kind of comfortable where he's at, because he's making good money, obviously, then he doesn't really got to let the world know that he exists. He's been living off referrals because he does such good quality work. But imagine if he was sharing his reality, which is number one about this video, about basically coming online as a business owner. Because just because you have a great business, no one knows about it online, and the internet doesn't care. We're going to get the internet to care. So number one, what he could do is share his reality. If he was to share his reality and post before and afters of every single construction job that he's ever done for the past 20 years, his business will be 100 times bigger than it is today. And mind you, he's a millionaire. But just imagine the money you could make if you were sharing your reality with others and letting them know that you are doing this type of thing that can help them or service them, or they may know somebody that you may be able to help. That's the thing too about people in this world. You may not be the guy, but you may know someone who is. And that connection is worth $1 million sometimes. You don't know what it can be worth. Sharing your reality can be simple as, there's daycares in the world who don't show their kids having a good time. There are, boxing coaches who don't show the boxing transformation that they're providing for someone. Yeah, I helped this kid lose 40 pounds. He just came and trained. You should have filmed that whole thing and showed the journey so at least it was documented and you're sharing your reality. You're not trying to become a content creator. You're just sharing your reality. This is my reality. This is what I do on a day-to-day basis. And you're letting the world know this is how I can help. This is who I help. And this is why I can help you too. And if anyone can see that, if they can see that you were where they used to be and you are now where they want to be, or you're helping people do that exact transformation, they definitely will trust you enough to, transact with you. Next thing we want to move on into helping those who don't know you. I had a boxing coach who didn't necessarily want to be online. He said he wanted his skills to kind of be trained within me. He didn't want to show the world. It's something that he kind of wanted to die with. And I was just kind of thinking in my head, like, you're going to die with this stuff. I'm not trying to become a pro boxer, at least not that I know of. I care about my brain as an entrepreneur. And if there is someone in, let's say, Memphis who would absolutely want to become a pro boxer with your knowledge, especially because you've taken it to the highest level, you've gone pro, you fought, in the world, the what do they call it? The Olympics. You fought in the Olympics, you've done this, you've done that, all these achievements. There's this guy in Kentucky, there's a guy in Memphis, there's a guy in Dallas right now who would love this information and be able to take his game to the next level, but he doesn't know who you are. He doesn't know that you exist. And if he did, he would follow your thing to the T, and he would put a lot of his success based off of your habits and what you taught him. Because obviously it works. Because if it took you pro, it can take someone else pro. But you're keeping it to yourself. I'm not gonna go become a boxing trainer, and I'm not gonna pass it off. But there was a boxing coach who did. He seen that I was good with the camera. Cool. He said, "Hey, can you start recording me?" We've gotten him over 100,000 views in the last few months, and eventually that's going to become 100,000 views a day. It just takes time, especially as a new creator. But this is for a business. So now when this business starts making 10 to 20, $30,000 per month, and now they're also creating value to the world by just sharing his reality. I have videos where I just literally record what he is doing in a session with someone. And then I titled it on YouTube, If you got an hour of personal training with me, this is what it would be. That was one video, and I drop a video for him every single week. And that way he doesn't have to think about, oh, how do I work YouTube? No, just record your reality and I'll take care of the rest. He didn't know how to record his reality. I went and go to take care of that for him as well. And that's a totally different thing. But most people know how to at least shoot their reality. He didn't want to. He's 63 and he's super fit. Six pack. Literally showed me today he has a six pack, but he just doesn't understand the tech world and he doesn't have to. That's why he has me and hired me. So helping those who don't know you by sharing your reality to the world, those two sync together will help you not only have a great business offline, but transition online to where the internet does care about what you are, what you do, and who you help, and why you can actually help them. And if not, then no worries. You know, you can just stay on your little island making $100,000 or $1,000,000 if $3 million makes you happy, whatever. Sometimes it's not always about the money, it's about the value that you're providing. That's why you're making the money that you're making. And you know this, especially being a great business owner. So how much value can you provide to others to the point where they're like, I trust this person enough and he will or she will change my life more by taking action on their solution versus me going alone and taking this path and trying to do this guessing game. Forget that. Let change these people's lives and get paid to do so, which leads us to the next thing where you're technically selfish as an entrepreneur and business owner in the world if you don't want to let no one know about the good deeds that you're actually providing. For my uncle, who's a construction guy, there's people right now who are going to pay more to get less because they just don't know. And if he could save all these people, why wouldn't they want to pay him the money? Because it's going to look 10 times better. When I tell you his quality of work is insane, it would look 10 times better and it would be 10 times probably cheaper, maybe 2 to 3 times cheaper. I'm not saying he's the cheapest in the market. To be honest, he's not, but he's definitely not going to overcharge you because he has his morals and he knows how to get stuff done. And he also has been running this company for 20 to 25 years. So he has those connections that have been built in. Yeah, it's been 2001, established in 2001. So it's been 25 years now. And yeah, that doesn't happen on accident. You don't stay in business on accident. You stay in business because you've built rapport, you've built relationships. He's been living off referrals. He didn't have a website for 25 years. He's made millions of dollars with no website. That's my next video. How to make millions of dollars with no website. These are the tips that I would give you, especially as a business owner, especially if you're trying to go online and you don't know how. I literally take offline businesses and take them online. I've taken companies from 0 to 30K per month, currently scaling one from 7 to 8 figures. And I'm telling you, the things that I just told you right now is exactly what I will tell them. And if I wanted to start over from, like if I was a business owner and I was starting over and I didn't understand where exactly to start, it would be here, you know, sharing my reality, helping those who don't know me, and getting paid to change lives in that order. And I promise you, you'll be just fine on the internet, especially in 2026. Everyone's posting random things. Why can't you come show what you do and how you help people? Whether you're a venue, whether if you're a doctor, a dentist, a boxing coach, a jiu-jitsu coach, you know, just a CEO in sales. Doesn't matter what you do. A hairstylist, esthetician. I got an esthetician right now that's doing like 30 grand a month. She's trying to scale to 100K. It's in any niche you can do it. Remember these 3 things. If you're a business owner, like I said, take action on this. You will get results if you just take action on the bare minimum, sharing your reality. If you just share your reality starting today, things will change for you. You look up 6 months from now. These are the tips that I would give you. Remember to click the link down below if you want to call with me so I can review your business, see where you're at, where you're trying to go. And I'll give you the best tips that I know in that call. It's not just going to be some random sales call and you leave the call upset. No, I will give you the knowledge that I know to really see what steps that we need to take for your specific business. And if that interests you at all, just click the link down below and we'll talk there. If not, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Take care. Be wealthy. It's levels to wealth. It's levels to business.